What's up, my fellow creatures and things that go bump in the night? Welcome back to another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host, Toxin, your friendly neighborhood sinner. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell to let you know every time I upload so you can keep up to date with me, guys. Now, if you are on social media of any types of forms, you should know what's blowing up right now. And I'm speaking, of course, of Saltburn.
I don't think I'll ever go home again.
As you've seen from my dance at the beginning of this video, pretty much what you expect from this. We meet Oliver Quick.
Oliver Twit, if you ask me.
An outcast at Oxford, so obviously at Oxford he's a genius, who kind of becomes infatuated with an aristocrat type of character, Felix, who has it all basically. He has the money, he has the popularity, he has everything. And we can see why somebody would become obsessed with that kind of lifestyle, trying to be somebody when you're not nobody. Oliver Quick, a shy, quiet young man who begins this kind of weird friendship with Felix, almost borderline obsession, maybe homosexual obsession, who knows, with all the stuff that he does. And that's when we get to build up, like, we see in my opinion, a great arc of a character from this shy little kid to a fucking obsessive manipulator, alpha type of person. It's crazy how his whole just demeanor changed throughout the film, and I really enjoyed that. This is set in, like, I believe in the 2006 era. I forget the director's name. Emerald, I think is her name. It's this female director. She did a really good job. I love the soundtrack, but I know there was a few songs that were selected that were not part of that era, so I know that a lot of people had an issue with that. But as the movie goes on, we see how Oliver becomes more and more infatuated with Felix, to the point where, like, you know, that there's several lies built up through this whole thing to get the friendship. And one of them is that the fact that he's an only child, he's not really close with his parents, and that his father recently died, which is what initiated him to bring him to his family's land, Saltburn, which is where we get the title from. On his birthday, they decide to throw him a big old birthday, and Felix decides, you know what, whatever family you have left, you need to rekindle, you need to get back to it, and we need to figure out, you know, what you're going to do. Well, that's when we see the first light that his father is actually alive and well still, and that he's not an only child as well. So this is like a whole thing just to get into with the cool kids. So again, but we can see how that kind of lifestyle would intrigue somebody who's just kind of cut off from the world and just, you know, keeps to himself. One cringe scene for me was when they're singing happy birthday to him after the incident, and everybody forgets his name. You could kind of see how it's a build up of greatness, and like how he just falls in love with the family, and then after finding his lies out, that's when everything goes to shit. The party like sucks for him. He's kind of alone, and everybody kind of just pushed him to the side. But yeah, it's just funny to see all those people there for a party, and they don't even know why. They don't even know who the main person is that they're having the birthday for. So I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, and then it goes on to where they finally kick him out. But before he leaves the manor, there is Felix ends up dying, which we later find out that Oliver had a hand in. He ended up poisoning him, and even the sister who he was easily manipulating with her eating disorder and stuff like that, he ends up killing her. And yeah, if you know the fucking vampire scene, let me just say that my brother earns his fucking Red Wings.
Dude, he's
It had a lot of scene like that. That's not the only one that's in this. And we later go on to where Felix is pleasuring himself in the bathtub, and before the water is completely drained and he walks out, Oliver feels the need to get into the tub and drink what's left of the bathwater. No, I don't know why, but that is what it is. And going on to the last and one of the last cringe scenes that I have, the fucking graveyard scene. Oh my god. The way they shot it and how he just makes love to the dirt, Felix's grave. Again, it was like borderline homosexual infatuation with this guy. I don't know if you wanted to be this guy or just be with this guy. Who knows? But I did love the whole development. And one of the things I did hear reviewers say was like they didn't feel the need for the little wrap-up montage at the end where he finally lays out his plan that he was killing everybody and eventually kills the mother so she can inherit the Saltburn estate. I feel like growing up, I remember seeing a lot of that. So maybe it was just a director kind of choice because that's what the era was known for. Like it would do a nice little wrap up at the end to show you how the villain mainly had a hand in everything that was happening throughout the film. So I enjoyed it because it was very nostalgic for me, but I know a lot of people didn't like that. But yeah, overall it was interesting. I just had a lot of what the fuck scenarios with this. I don't know. It got me. I kind of had my jaw dropped a lot through it, and a lot of little. Again, if you've seen the film already, you know what I'm talking about. And I could have okay. And one other thing that I heard that a reviewer say was, I don't believe that a male could have directed this because there would have been just a lot of frontal nudity of women and a lot of unnecessary sex scenes. Although I do agree with you, a good story, a good movie, good horror movie, thriller, whatever. Sell me on the story, sell me on the characters. Don't sell me on cleavage, even though it's not a bad thing, but don't sell me on cleavage. But also, it kind of is a double-edged sword because we had a female director that we did get nudity, frontal and back nudity of Oliver Quick at the end, giving us a Buffalo Bill type of situation. You know what I'm talking about.
And so, y'all just have to.
Ever since I've seen that scene, I cannot get Murder on the Dance Floor out of my fucking head. I kind of hear it everywhere now. It sucks. Tired of hearing it. But overall, guys, it is on Amazon Prime. It is a definitely it's labeled a psychotic thriller or something like that. And let me tell you, it is a huge mindfuck. If you don't have the stomach for it, I do not recommend it. But then again, you know, to each his own. Watch at your own risk, guys. If you have any recommendations that you want me to review that's coming out or something that's already came out and you want me to get on it, let me know, guys. Yeah, guys, like, subscribe, and share my videos, and let me know what you thought about this review. Let me know what you thought about the actual film itself, if you do check it out or whatever. Yeah, guys, and like I always say, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Beware the moon, guys.